Learning target, alternate retake option. Learning target AST 2.8. I can use vectors to describe magnitude and displacement. In order for you to understand this learning target, I'm going to have to show you some key definitions in order for you to get it. Some key definitions in this learning target are vectors, magnitude, direction, and displacement.
What do those words mean?
Good question, random stranger in my home. A vector is something that has two and only two defining characteristics. Magnitude means size or quantity, and displacement means the final and initial position of a point. Now, let's go into depth with these definitions that I told you earlier. A vector. As I said before, a vector is made up of only two characteristics. But I never said what the characteristics were. The characteristics of a vector are its magnitude and direction. The magnitude is simply known as size or quantity, and it's written usually in numerical form. Okay, so here are some pictures that you need to know for this learning target. So here, over here are vectors. These are these are vectors because vector has two characteristics. One of them is magnitude and the other is direction. And in this case over here, the magnitude is the same. While magnitude means quantity or size, so in this case we know that these two lengths are equal. The two magnitudes are equal, and also both vectors, their direction is facing the same way. And the meaning of direction is a course which someone or something follows. Over here, this is a good example of magnitude because in this case the magnitude for this vector is larger than this one over here, and these also aren't equal vectors because both of them may have the same direction but they have different magnitudes. Okay, so in this one over here, these are unequal vectors because even though they have the same magnitude, their direction is not the same. And in order for vectors to be equal, they have to have the same magnitude and the direction has to be facing the same way. Now, let's come over here in this example. Now, in this example, this is the initial point over here, and this is the final point. So then this is the displacement by drawing the line. Here are some example problems for this unit. Sally drives her car 25 kilometers south, then 15 kilometers east. What is the magnitude of her displacement? Okay, so in this problem, I'm going to first draw a picture. So I know Sally drives south 25 kilometers, then 15 kilometers east. So 25 and 15. So what is the magnitude of her displacement? Okay, so magnitude I know is this, the difference between the initial and the final point. Then in this case, I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem. because for the Pythagorean theorem you needed a right angle triangle, and in this problem it does not give another angle, so that means it should be a right angle triangle, which then we would use Pythagorean's theorem. Pythagorean's theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, so here I have a and I also have b. Now what I need to find is c. Okay, so I would do, that means I would do 25 squared plus 15 squared equals c squared. Okay, so 25 squared, that'd be 25 times 25 plus 15 times 15 equals c squared.